with us tomorrow. We'll obviously have returning faces from last season, but new faces as well. How pleased are you with what you've been able to do in the transfer market so far this summer?
Really pleased, Greg. Really pleased. It's been a long summer in terms of the season finished earlier than I've ever known a season finish. There's a later return date, and with that has been some aspects of people taking the time over the summer, and players not necessarily wanting to commit too early and wanting to wait a little longer. Everyone wants to see what other people are doing, but we felt very focused on what we're after specifically, and we've been willing to go as quickly or as slowly as we need to try and secure the right person, which is always the most important thing, because culture's everything, and the reflection of that culture is felt in the stadium. It really is. And I think one of the biggest things that Rochdale fans have returned to me when I've spoke to them individually in different moments, match days and other days where we've been in and around the fans, is a feeling that the team are fighting. And I think that can't go away. We can't move away from that bedrock of culture, and then we need to build on top of that with qualities. I think this summer, the business that we have done with the new guys that arrive with us, I think we build qualities from good experience that they've got from different clubs that they've been to, or good abilities that they have, or a combination of both. I think we've identified internally what we feel we can improve on. We've gone after that in the marketplace. I'm really happy with the guys that we've managed to get through the door.
The latest one of those, Aiden Barlow, joined us in time for the start of pre-season as well. What can you tell us about him?
Aiden's, first and foremost, I'm really pleased to get Aiden in the door like the other guys, and Aiden joins the group. I'm really happy about that. Aiden is a player with a real high caliber CV in terms of his upbringing in the game. He was a real prospect at Man United, all the way through the youth ranks, really, and representing England also. And he then went to Doncaster in League One. I think it was Richie who signed him there. He's real technical quality. Of course he has, being at Man United for that long and representing England, of course he has them qualities. He's lost his way in the game a little bit based on some things that I feel are not always necessarily due to the individual. Sometimes the environment you're in and the type of football trying to be played has to suit certain players also. I think Aiden's a player who's certainly arrived at this point in his career needing to find the right fit. It's been really important to him. We've been aware of Aiden's availability throughout the summer. Aiden was a player that was on our radar last season also. We went in a different direction. And yeah, I think this comes together at a good point for all parties. I think Aiden can really help us with his qualities. I think he'll be a brilliant addition to the group. Lives locally, which is really important also. He's about to be a young father, so he's about to tip the scales of maturity that the parenting brings. I think that'll help him also as he faces a new challenge joining us, which could be a perfect challenge for him. I think I see what could potentially be a really good fit with us and Aiden Barlow, and another one. Really pleased.
In terms of the players who have committed the futures again this summer, how pleased are you that they've committed to the football club, and how excited are you that they can kind of continue from where they have been in last season and before that as well?
Delighted, Greg. Massive. As big as any signing, genuinely. I think kicking off with the captain, first one.
Yeah, he was the
first one announced at Ebanks. Monumental signing for the football club, in my opinion. Ebanks's leadership goes way beyond the pitch, way beyond. And in terms of connecting values to actions in every single thing that's done throughout the week, all things, the players the players look to him. They always do. In the tough moments last year, they looked to him. And Ethan embodies that leadership that, you know, gives me hope in the dark moments within the changing room. The cultural architects and the leaders in that changing room that are steering the ship, that the other guys sometimes base their behaviours off, are made of the right stuff, and they show the right substance. They look at themselves first. You know, there's a humility to how they operate. Ebanks is all that. I was absolutely delighted we were able to secure Ethan again. I was delighted that Ethan really wanted to be here again, really wanted to, because, you know, over the course of the last season, he'd found an enjoyment and a belief and something that he felt valued and part of that wanted him to, you know, that made him want to come back here again. Ethan, for his qualities on the football pitch, and you look at some of the stuff statistically with E, and he's off the charts. Like, so that of course came with interest, and we knew it would. We knew it would come with interest. We knew that would come with the potential of E going elsewhere. He stayed with us. Absolutely massive. I'm delighted about for all those qualities I spoke with there, and probably some more that I can't even think of. But no, that was great news. Hendo, again, massive. I think I may have been the first person on camera, at least, to call him the GOAT from within the club. He deserves that status, without doubt. He is. Cultural architect again. Someone that can show the right way, not just talk the right way when the moments are difficult, because everyone can do it when it's great. Everyone can, Greg. It's so easy. But again, ticking the box of having the right people in and around what a really promising set of players, hopefully around these guys, is really, really important. There's been so much good stuff material-wise that, you know, you've shown over the summer when Ian signed. I don't need to talk to you about his goals and the contribution he's given to the football pitch, because everyone's seen that. It's been incredible, and it's still very important that he continues to push to contribute in that area. That's really important to me, that Ian doesn't think that this is now a sit-back moment, and he won't. I know he won't, because I know him, and he will support the other players in his position. He will help the other players in his position, push him to the side as much as possible while competing alongside them to play in that position also. And we saw last year he made a great contribution on the pitch. I fully expect him to be able to do that again, but a signing like that is big for everyone. I'm delighted with that one. Moving on to...
You've got Devante, most recent one. Massive significance. Maybe the biggest loss of last season. As well as the circumstances that are going off the pitch. Devante's medical circumstances last year were almost tragic to us. I would have been devastated if I'd gone through a season being a manager and not had any access to Devante at all, but that was nearly the case, and even what we did have access to, it was nowhere near enough. And Dev showed what he's capable of towards the back end of last season. It needs no discussion. It was a massive signing for us if we were able to secure Dev's services again for the football club, and that's what it feels like with Dev a little bit, a signing rather than retention, because we were unfortunately unable to have him for huge parts of last season. But it'd be a marquee flagship signing for any football club at this level. We feel exactly the same about it. I just want to continue working with Dev to get the most out of Dev, and to push Dev every day to try and go after what he can be, because he certainly has a skill set that's beyond this level. It's just about finding a way to continually try to push that. But huge for all of us. The fans, no doubt, delighted, and we are too. You've got Brad Kelly as well, who made his professional debut for the club last year, but was so unfortunate with that injury.
People like Brad get overlooked because the value isn't necessarily seen out on the pitch on the match days over and over again. But the team see real value in Brad. We do as a technical staff as well. again, that support that he's give to the squad, that silent support at times, almost to his own detriment. Brad has real ability as a goalkeeper, which is why there's no charity cases on the training ground. At Rochdale, you can't afford to give, charitable contracts to anyone. Brad's earned his contracts, and Brad has ability that's kept him at the football club. We see it too. I would like to see Brad really believe in himself so much that he tries to challenge for the places that he hasn't so far. He actually went through the pain barrier for us all last season on the training ground and sustained, quite a serious injury against Gateshead, which Brad, being Brad and the brave, silent type that he is, he went through pain all year with that, and we finally got that sorted over the course of this summer. So I'm excited about seeing Brad back with us, pushing the goalkeeping unit once that's formed every day to show that he's got the abilities to at any given moment step in or push for a place in the team, because it's there. He's well liked by all the lads, and there's another one, Greg. I'm really happy that he's we've signed we've signed Brad again, and he stays with us.
I guess going the other way, I have to mention Jimmy Kiwan, who's been a teammate of yours. Obviously, you've coached him and managed him in recent months as well. He's been a great servant to the football club, hasn't he?
He has. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to pretend I'm not feeling what I do feel. When I seen Jimmy in the Galway shirt, it broke my heart. Because he's a great friend of mine. I love him. I loved him when he was with us. I understood where he was at in his career. He's given a lot of service to Rochdale. He had every right to survey the scene and see what's out there. And it was heartbreaking to some degree for me, even though very much, we have to look forward, and that's what we are doing. I am able to feel real disappointment and heartbreak, but also look to the solutions because I have to. As the leader, it's important that I do. But I think I'd be lying if I didn't acknowledge, I don't know why, I should do so any differently because it's on camera, that I wasn't gutted to see Jimmy go, because I loved him as a teammate. I loved him being one of my players as a head coach, and he gave us everything, and everything that I talked about with some of the other guys, embodying all the the values that we want them to portray every day. Jimmy done it. He was brilliant for us. Won't be able to probably justify the level of service I thought he gave. He was unbelievable teammate, and I'm sad to see him go, but as I said earlier on, Greg, he's very much part of us forever. I know he'll be in communication regularly. I know he'll be keeping tabs on how the Dale are doing. I really hope it goes well for him at Galway. I know he's not too far from home again, and he's been made a brilliant offer over there, and it's good for his life and everything else, and he deserves it. But you never know. Paths may cross again. Of
those as well that we did say that we were entering negotiations with Cam John, still no news out on him. What can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, Cam, another one whose service and commitment was amazing. He really turned his fortunes around at Rochdale. I thought he was, a credit to himself first and foremost, and I'll also say the fans were a credit to themselves in, being open to changing views, changing opinions, and what is the point in having a mind if we're never willing to change it? Cam seemed in a place when I first took the job as his position was irreversible, and there was no support for him, and it seemed like he was maybe going to have to move on, but he wanted to stay and fight. He did, and I felt like the fan base took to him deservedly, because he gave us an energy and a passion and a commitment that deserves recognition. And Cam's another one that unfortunately we're not able to reach an agreement with, and he goes with our best wishes, with a gratitude to everything he's done for us. That's that one, Greg.